Hello folks, day 4 of the Hypostatic event is out and we are fighting the Electro key once again. What's the difference between day 4 and day 1? Not much really. The fight is exactly the same. The only difference is the modifiers. Here's all the different modifiers between day 1 and day 4. You can read over the list, but I'll just talk about the noticeable differences. First of all, the Chiral resistance has been changed to Pyro, so Ganyu gangs can rise up. The other big change is your character health. This time, you want to have less than 50% HP, otherwise you lose attack. And the last major difference is you no longer have reduced energy recharge, but you consume more stamina. This one isn't that big of a deal since you don't need to dodge too much in this fight anyways. I'm also changing my team comp from day 1 to be more optimal. Instead of Bennett, I'll be using Noel. Bennett's heal ends up reducing my damage, so I don't really want that from his ult. I'm picking Noel because I already have Geo MC, and the Geo Elemental Resonance will increase my attack a little bit when I'm shielded. She also helps during the final phase to destroy the boss's scattered remains. Some of you were also interested in my Razor Build, so here it is. His crit stats aren't that great, but I have 66% physical damage bonus. His weapon is just your prototype archaic at refinement 1. His artifacts are all 4 stars. The feather and the goblet is plus 16, all the others are pretty low. I focus on the feather because it adds attack, and I focus on the goblet because it adds physical damage. His normal attacks and ultimate is level 6, and I was lucky enough to pull 2 constellations of Razor. For this fight, I'll talk about some of the things I optimized. At the beginning, if you stand at this spot slightly to the left, you will always bait the boss to do the rock paper scissors attack. I use this to get damage on my main carry, so I will be under 50% health and lose that debuff. Every time the boss has an opening, I also put superconduct on it to increase my Razor's physical damage. After this, the boss does one of 2 patterns. The first pattern is a drill attack followed by 3 homing orbs. The second pattern will be a fist and clap attack. The order of the clap and fist is random, but if he uses one, he'll always use the other. After that set of attacks, he'll always use the laser spin about 50 seconds into the fight. I use this time to shield Noel to get that 15% damage buff and then go in with Kaya for superconduct. Make sure to dash out when the sigils on the ground disappear. For the homing orbs, I like to stay far away so I can walk to the side when they lose their tracking. I get a little closer for the second orb and dash when it's about to hit me. And then for the third one, I use GeoMC's Meteorite to block it so I can engage even faster. It's just the little things that increases my uptime and get the extra hit in. The other big trick is when he does the spinning ground waves, just use GeoMC's burst to create a safety wall. I use this chance to buff up with Noel's shield and go in once he stops spinning. In this encounter, he ended up doing the laser spin twice instead of using the barricade attack. I'll show how to handle the barricade attack after this kill.
What's the hurry? Dodge this.
For the final phase, I use Kaya's ult first since it lasts the longest. Make sure to cast it in the middle of one of the shattered pieces. Then I go to the next set with Noelle's burst. Finally, I go to the last one and use Kaya's elemental skill. You only have time to use his elemental skill once, so make sure you hit all the targets. And that's my kill with day 4. More points than day 1 with over 90 seconds left on the clock. Now I'll go over all the attacks individually in case you want to know how to handle each of them. I'll start with a barricade attack that he didn't use on the main fight. When he's forming the wall, you can either dash out of it before it's fully enclosed, or use a Geo Construct to climb and glide on over. You're not locked into using Geo MC. Albedo, Zhongli, Kaching, and Venti's elemental skill can all help you get out of the cage. His rock paper scissors attack is super easy to dodge. You also know where not to stand from the ground indicators, so just dash through all 3 and punish. His clap attack does a single hit and sends out 3 homing orbs. The orbs will always go and activate the cubes on the outside of the arena. However, if all the cubes are activated, then the homing orbs will follow you instead. Both the spinning laser and the ground wave will also activate all the cubes on the outside. You can either use elemental skills to disable a cube on the outside, or try to time your dash after the clap to avoid the homing orbs. His fist attack is also very simple, just dash and punish. The spinning laser is your best opportunity to punish the boss. He'll use the first one at 50 seconds into the fight. The expanding blocks will hurt you. Time your dash correctly or use the animation from an elemental burst to ignore it. I suggest timing your dash since you might want to save your burst for the last phase. After using the drill attack, the boss can shoot 3 homing lasers at you. They will eventually lose their tracking after a while. If you stay far enough away, you can just wait for the tracking to stop and then get in closer. I always use this range to ignore the first homing orb, and then get in slightly closer for the second. I dash in closer for the third orb and use Geo MC to block it. Zhongli and Ningguang's elemental skill will also work to block the orb. If you don't want to risk it, then you can just stay far away until the tracking on the first and second orb is gone before moving in. The last unique attack is a ground wave. The usual method is to stay far away and dodge in between the openings. But since I'm lazy, I'd rather use Geo MC's burst and stand behind the wall. You can just wait here until the boss is open to attacks. And that's it for the Electro Cube boss. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be the same Enamel Cube boss with slightly different modifiers. I'll be posting an updated video for that fight to talk about some of the tricks that I didn't cover the first time around. As always, thank you for watching and have fun out there, traveler.